Hey, it's Avert. Before I begin this video, I just want to say that the last time I recorded a video was my first video, the channel intro. My setup was like this, but a lot worse, because you could barely see any of my shelf over here. But then I had this amazing idea where, hold on a sec, I have my phone on this awkward position on my shelf. What if I were to just move the shelf? So while this setup is still far from perfect, I am pleased to report that you can now see a little bit more of my shelf. Oh, hold your applause. Thank you. Alright. But for real, as I continue to make videos, I want to have this setup get better. And who knows, maybe in a couple videos down the line, you'll just see a much better setup. Or I could still have this exact same setup in 10 years with no difference. Even in a new house, new country, for all we know, and still have this exact same setup. But there's a lot I can do to change this. Like this wall back here, I want to add like some posters, maybe like, or some artwork, so that it's not just like a wall. But yeah, anyway, most people watching this aren't even going to care. You guys just want to see the Mario Kart stuff. So let's get back into the video. Just wanted to mention all that. So the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass has been going on for almost 2 years now. And with Wave 6 right around the corner, I thought it'd be a good idea to hop on the millions and millions of other Mario Kart channels that are making Wave 6 prediction videos. Now, I'm going to start this video with giving my prediction on the tracks and where they're going to be placed in Wave 6. And then I'm going to go on to my wish list, which is pretty much the predictions, but with a few changes here and there. So let's just jump into it, I guess. So starting off the Acorn Cup, we have the track that literally everyone is predicting to be the first track in the Acorn Cup, and that is Romavanti. It just makes perfect sense to start off with this. It's not as difficult as Madrid Drive. You know, it's a lot calmer. It's a nice, just relaxing track to start off the cup, while also being a good cup starter, if you know what I'm saying. There's a reason why everyone's putting this in the Acorn Cup first slot, so yeah, I'm just gonna chuck it here. I might as well throw Madrid Drive at the start of the Spiny Cup as well while I'm here, just to get that out of the way. Okay, next track. Okay, so here's where we go from what is probably the easiest track to predict in this wave to what is possibly the hardest. Like, there have literally been wars over what track is going to be in this slot. There have been riots on the streets, people have been having WWE SmackDowns over it. Everyone's wondering whether Mushroom Bridge, DK Mountain, Airship Fortress, Lakeside Park, or even like Daisy Circuit is going to be in this slot. Now, I'm going to give an argument for Mushroom Bridge being in this slot. So people are saying that Mushroom Bridge was replaced by Moonview Highway back in Wave 5. And Mushroom Bridge will not be in this wave because it's too similar to the other city tracks, as well as being too similar to Moonview Highway. And now, here's the thing, right? Moonview Highway, I don't think it overlaps with Mushroom Bridge, nor do I think Mushroom Bridge overlaps with the other city tracks in this wave. Here's why. So Mushroom Bridge, it takes place during daytime, which already differentiates it from Moonview Highway and Romavanti. And also, Mushroom Bridge has dynamic traffic, which neither of the city tracks in this wave have. So I don't think it overlaps with either of those tracks in the slightest. Another argument I hear a lot against Mushroom Bridge making it in is, why put Mushroom Bridge in the game when Mushroom City has never gotten remade before? And while that's a fair point, I have 3 things to say to rebut that. First of all, Mushroom City is not in Mario Kart Tour. The entirety of the Booster Course Pass takes courses from Mario Kart Tour, and Mushroom City is not in it. Second thing, Mushroom City definitely overlaps with Moonview Highway, both being nighttime city tracks with dynamic traffic. Those two will definitely overlap. And the final argument I have to rebut that is the most important one, and that is Mushroom City is overrated as shit. Alright, this track is really overrated. I don't know why people like it so much, and Moonview Highway definitely belongs to the game more than that. So it's just not happening. Mushroom Bridge will be in this slot, especially after the DS remake that Mushroom Bridge got, which is just an affront to like it's probably against the law in several states to have that remake of Mushroom Bridge. not only did they get rid of the driving on the bridge, which is like the best part of the whole track, their other smaller stuff are taken away, like the shortcut and the pipe, as well as the being able to drive around the sides and stuff, which the pipe shortcut is not in Tour either, but I'm hoping that they'll add it back in 8 Deluxe because it's kind of cool, even if it is probably slower than going the normal route, which I don't care. But yeah, that is why I am putting Daisy Circuit right here, baby. Let's go. Okay, no, that is why Mushroom Bridge is going in this slot. Hey, so Editing Avert here, coming in with the bonus 4th reason as to why I think Mushroom Bridge can come here. So, an argument people make against Mushroom Bridge coming to Wave 6 is the difficulty. People say it is not difficult enough to make it into the final wave. However, it may not be difficult enough, but Moonview Highway has brought the bomb car back, but Mushroom Bridge still has the mushroom cars and the wiggler cars, as well as the bomb cars. So, I think there's actually a good shot that Nintendo could make this track more frantic than Moonview Highway, especially since the remake of Moonview Highway in 8 Deluxe is a lot more laid back and less frantic with the traffic than it was in the Wii version. So, yeah, that's pretty much just another argument I wanted to make. Back to the video. For the next track I am predicting, it is the SNES track, which everyone's predicting the same thing until RMX Vanilla Lake 2 comes to Tour, and inevitably everyone starts jumping ship and predicts that. But before that comes out, everyone's predicting SNES Bowser Castle 3, which makes sense. We do need some Bowser Castles to come to 8 Deluxe, or Bowser's Castles, because there's two different things. They can't decide on whether to name it Bowser Castle or Bowser's Castle, so you have like a hodgepodge, and you have to like remember which freaking version of Bowser's Castle is Bowser's Castle with an apostrophe S, or just Bowser Castle, and it's really, really, really dumb. And I'd much rather have this track right before the final track, but it doesn't fit there, so we just have to chuck it randomly here. So yeah, but everyone's predicting this. It's SNES Bowser Castle 3. The Tour remake literally feels tailor-made for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's not even funny. So yeah, I think this is the SNES track they should put. Also, putting this track in the game makes it so that we have the 4 main archetypes of track from Super Mario Kart. You have your Mario Circuit, the Donut Plains, Bowser Castle, and then Rainbow Road. Those are the 4 main track archetypes you think of when you think of Super Mario Kart, and not Vanilla Lake. Even though that has not been remade in a console Mario Kart game, I still think that Bowser Castle 3 belongs in over it. So yeah, that's the 3rd track. On to the next. And now, for the final track of the Acorn Cup, I am predicting what is quite possibly my favorite non-city nitro track in all of Mario Kart Tour, and that is Piranha Plant Cove. Now, this track is unique from other Tour tracks that are not cities, as in it is the only non-city Tour nitro to feature different variants, meaning that when this gets into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, every single lap is going to change, just like the city tracks, which I think is a great way to end the Tour Nitros in 8 Deluxe, except for the fact that Piranha Plant Pipeline exists, but we'll get into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Acorn Cup. Now on to the Spiny Cup. So I know that I casually just placed Madrid Drive as the opening track in the Spiny Cup when I did my Acorn Cup predictions, but I kind of want to go into a little more detail on my thoughts on Madrid Drive and why it fits as the final city track here instead of Roma Vanti. Now, Madrid Drive, not only is it the final city track coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but it is most likely the final city track making its way into Mario Kart Tour as well. Datamining suggests that Mario Kart Tour is going to be shutting down any day now, or at the very least it's just going to start looping tours and stop adding tracks any day. Like, honestly, by the time I'm done editing this video and this video is out, it could be done already. Who knows? But yeah, I think as a final city track, it fits more here than Roma Vanti, as it's a cooler track and like more interesting, more stuff happens. But I still think that something like Vancouver Velocity would have fit here more, you know, like a fan favorite city track. But Madrid Drive is still really good. The variant 1 has the stadium, which is cool, although I hope that when this track makes it into 8 Deluxe, they make it so that the soccer balls actually hurt you instead of just like being able to knock it, because the soccer balls, that's a really cool mechanic. It reminds me of the cars in Coconut Mall back when they were actually like real obstacles. And yeah, the second variant, you have the area where you can trick over like the water geysers, and then you have like the shops with the thwomps in it, which is all cool stuff as well. And then from the third variant, which is not out yet, but from what we can see, it looks extremely good. You have the part where you go in the museum with the Mario artwork on the wall, and you have the other buildings you go through and stuff. It's really cool stuff, and I'm really excited to see this track make it into the game. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Madrid Drive. The second track in the Spiny Cup is another often highly contested track in the Mario Kart community. I mean, people have been going nuts, alright? There have been thumb wars over this. People have been doing rock, paper, scissors championships to figure out which track is going to make it in the slot. And in my eyes, it is a toss-up between DK Mountain and Dino Dino Jungle. Whichever one of those two tracks make it here, I'm going to guarantee you that either one of those tracks will be in the game, and it'll be in this slot, mark my words. Now, you can make a good argument for either of these tracks, like it is really, really close. However, I do believe that DK Mountain is going to be the track that they put in this slot. Now, as much as I don't want to admit it, I do like Dino Dino Jungle more than DK Mountain, but I can put my bias aside and recognize that DK Mountain has the higher chance of making it in, and there's a really good argument to be made both ways. So like Dino Dino Jungle, you could say, okay, that's making it into the game because in Coconut Mall, there's an advertisement for Dino Dino Jungle that they put there. However, you can counter that by saying, okay, well, there's the Vanilla Lake advertisement, and Vanilla Lake might not make it into the game, as well as the fact that this is a track ported from Tour, and in Coconut Mall and Tour, there was also that advertisement, so that's probably just in the game because they ported it from Tour, so they ported all the assets and stuff, meaning that that advertisement would also be ported from Tour. But then you can make another counter for that, like, okay, they made that ported from Tour, okay, whatever. But there's also a same advertisement for Dino Dino Jungle that has a new graphic about like camping goods or whatever in Squeaky Clean Sprint. So why would they add a new graphic for Dino Dino Jungle in a track that was starting production long after the Booster Course Pass was a thing? Long after Wave 1 and Coconut Mall and all of that, they added a new graphic for Dino Dino Jungle for a track premiering in 8 Deluxe. It debuted in 8 Deluxe. So why would they do that? And that's a good point. And while you can't exactly counter that one, you can say that DK Mountain is definitely the fan favorite between these two tracks. Not only is it the fan favorite between Dino Dino and DK Mountain, I also believe it is the fan favorite track from Double Dash as a whole that is not in 8 Deluxe. The favorite track amongst Mario Kart fans that is not in 8 Deluxe from Double Dash is 100% DK Mountain, which is highly unfortunate. But then there's another thing you could say, like, okay, DK Mountain also shares a lot of similarities to DK Summit, which just appeared in 8 Deluxe 2 waves ago, where they're both tracks in which you blast to the top of a mountain in a barrel, and then you go down the mountain, and they're both DK tracks, and also DK Summit's a better track. But yeah, overall, I'm going to pick DK Mountain for this slot just because it's the fan favorite. I think it's the one Nintendo's going to go with, but it pretty much balances out, and honestly, Dino Dino could get in, which I would much prefer. I've already lost Wario Coliseum to Waluigi Stadium, so I do not want to lose Dino Dino Jungle to DK Mountain, but it's probably going to happen. But either way, we're going to get a rearrangement of the banger music, so we can't get too mad. But yeah, that is why I am putting DK Mountain in this slot. And now, for the penultimate track of the Mario Kart Deluxe Booster Course Pass, I'm putting Piranha Plant Pipeline. That's about it, I guess. Next track. At long last, we have finally made it to the final track of the Booster Course Pass. And also the most obvious track pick in the Booster Course Pass. That is right, I am talking about Wii Rainbow Road. This track is so obviously going to be the final track of the BCP. It is not even funny. It is a Rainbow Road to end it all off. It is a fan favorite track. It is a Wii track. Every single wave so far has had at least one Wii track. It has never been remade before in home console Mario Kart. It is in Mario Kart Tour, and it is by far the most difficult Rainbow Road in the entire Mario Kart series. It is so perfect, beyond perfect even, to put this as the final track. And unless Nintendo decides to pull the rug out from underneath us and add like Wii Daisy Circuit into the Acorn Cup, and then put like the Mario Kart Arcade GP Rainbow Road here, or like GBA Rainbow Road, I think this is 100% a lock for the final track here. Nintendo will literally need to like replace all of their employees' brains with a block of cheese in order to make the decision to not put this track as the final track here. It is beyond perfect. I just hope that when this track does 100% get into the BCP, that they actually make it so it's a 3-lap track instead of what Tour did and making it like change laps halfway in the track for no reason with no indication that it's going to do so. But fix that and you have yourself a beyond perfect way to end the BCP. Those are all my predictions for Wave 6. So those are my predictions as to what tracks we are going to see in Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Next, I want to get into my personal wish list as to what tracks I want to see in Wave 6. And in all honesty, these two lists are pretty similar, but there are a few differences in there that I want to get into. So let's get into it. Okay, so to start out my wish list, I am going to place in any track that is unchanged from my predictions. Next, I am going to move SNES Bowser Castle 3 right behind Wii Rainbow Road because that makes sense. And then I am going to switch DK Mountain with Dino Dino Jungle because I like Dino Dino Jungle more. Final change I'm making is the track I'm slotting between Mushroom Bridge and Piranha Plant Cove, and that is Airship Fortress. Now, people are saying that there's not going to be another DS track coming to the Booster Course Pass because of DS Mario Circuit, and while I agree that there is most likely not going to be a DS track coming in Wave 6, I gotta say, having DS Mario Circuit be the last track you add from DS is another thing that is most likely illegal in several states of the United States. So, I just hope that if they do put this into 8 Deluxe from Tour, that they make sure to change the skybox, maybe get rid of the lava, because having the airships in the lava kind of defeats the point. Also, this is really, really nitpicky, I admit, but I think I'm the only person that actually cares about this, but who cares? I liked it better in DS when the bullets came out of several cannons instead of in Tour when it comes out of the same cannon, but the cannon moves. Also, there's a fly right by me. Hold on. Alright. Okay, I got him. Alright, anyway, as I was saying before the fly interrupted, I like how the cannons, it's shot out of several cannons instead of just having one moving left and right. And I know I'm the only person that cares about this, but, you know. Next thing is the bar that's in the airship is really cool. I hope they keep it, which they most likely will if they bring it over. That's like the one good thing about the remake of Airship Fortress. But having any Airship Fortress is better than no Airship Fortress, so I'm going to slot that in right here. And now you may notice that there's a track not present in this wish list, and that is notably Piranha Plant Pipeline. And you may be wondering to yourself, Avert, where are you chucking Piranha Plant Pipeline? I'm chucking it in the goddamn trash can. Now, I'm going to be blunt here. I do not want Piranha Plant Pipeline in Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, and there are several reasons for this. First of all, it is one of 2 nitros coming to this wave that is based around Piranha Plants. I don't know in what world we need 2 Piranha Plant tracks in the same wave. Like, my man already got into Smash Bros, already has a track in the game based around Piranha Plants. Like, I don't know why you need 2, especially when PD Piranha wasn't even introduced in Wave 6. It was introduced in a Wave 5, so there's that. Also, every other wave has only had 1 nitro, and I think that Piranha Plant Cove is a much better final nitro for the game than this. Also, another thing, the name. Piranha Plant Pipeline might just be the worst name to any track in the entire series. First of all, it is generic. Could have called it something like, I don't know, Pipeline Canyon or something. In Japan, I'm pretty sure it's called Pipe Canyon. That's the name. I'll have to fact check, but I'm pretty sure that's the name. Also, it really conflicts with the PAL name for Piranha Plant Slide. If you don't know, the PAL name of Piranha Plant Slide is Piranha Plant Pipeway. So that means that when this comes out, we'll have a Piranha Plant Pipeline and a Piranha Plant Pipeway in the same game and the same wave as a Piranha Plant Cove. Like, are you getting confused yet? I know I am. You are 4 single letters away from a superior track. And now, for my final reason as to why I do not want Piranha Plant Pipeline in Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. This one's quite simple. I do not like it, in the slightest actually. I think it's really boring, I think it's really generic, and quite honestly, I do not want it in the game. So you start off the track in this section that's like by the mountains and cliffs and all that, and it looks identical to any other track in Tour that features a lot of like canyon or mountains or rocks. where you have the same brown rock textures and the same exact blue skybox. This is featured in like Rock Mountain, Shroom Ridge, Koopa Cape, Mushroom Bridge, you know, you name it. It has the exact same skybox and rock textures, and honestly, it's like almost impossible to tell them apart from each other. They're so close to the same. And then the rest of the track is just this boring pipe section in which you have the half pipes with some of the worst camera angles in all of Mario Kart Tour. And even if they could make this track fun and interesting in 8 Deluxe, I would much rather have Airship Fortress join this wave instead of it. That is my reason for chucking Piranha Plant Pipeline into the trash can and not into Wave 6, although I do think that they're not just going to let this new track they made die with Tour. So 100% it's going to end up getting into Wave 6. But if I could make the wave, I'd just not put it in. If we end up getting more DLC or another booster pass, I'd be perfectly fine with it being the Nitro track for a different cup. But if there's one wave coming left to the game, I do not want Piranha Plant Pipeline to occupy a slot. That is all for my wish list. So those are my predictions as well as wish lists for the tracks I think we'll see and the tracks that I want to see in Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Originally, I wanted this video to also have a section talking about the future of the Mario Kart series because it's really uncertain. Nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen next in the Mario Kart series. I think there's a good discussion to have, but this video is already long enough as it is. I don't want to keep extending it, so eventually, down the line, you can expect to see a video of me talking about the future of the Mario Kart series. But, yeah, overall, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed. You know, I don't even know if anyone's watching right now. Yeah, I'm not even sure if there's a single solitary soul, like a single oxygen-breathing biped is watching this video right now. But if any humans right now are watching this video, thank you for watching. I know, it's really weird for me to thank my camera, but I guess I could give my camera thanks as well for carrying me through YouTube. You could subscribe if you want, but if not, that's okay. I'm just glad people are watching the content. Yeah, as I progress, I want to have, like, higher quality in my videos. Like, I have zero production budget right now. Zero money is being put into this, but eventually I want to have, like, higher camera quality, maybe better editing as I improve, so it doesn't just look like some idiot talking to his camera on his dresser with a bed and shelf in the background. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about, and hopefully you have a good day, and yeah, that's all I want to talk about. I said that 5 times now. I need to figure out how to do outros. There's another thing I need to learn how to do. So yeah, have a good day. I said it 5 times, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.